Hello friends, recently Supreme Court declared that any person conducting two-finger test on the rape or sexual assault survivor will be found guilty of misconduct. दोस्तों कोर्ट का जो रिसेंट वर्डिक्ट आया था that said that test is very regressive and invasive and has no scientific basis and it neither proves nor disapproves the allegation of rape. If instead re-victimizing and re-traumatizing the woman, we try to support women. In 2013 Supreme Court verdict of Lillu versus State of Haryana, Supreme Court held that the two-finger test violates right of rape survivor. Even after Nirbhaya case, Justice Verma committee was, you can say, provided, and that recommended discontinuation of two-finger test which is conducted to determine the laxity of vaginal muscles. The Verma committee was constituted to recommend the amendment to the criminal law as to provide for quicker trial and enhanced punishments for the criminal accused of committing sexual assault against women. Let's understand what is this two-finger test all about. The two-finger test is an invasive, unscientific and regressive practice where two fingers are inserted into the vagina to assess the laxity of vaginal muscles and examine the hymen. The two-finger test or per vaginum examination is conducted on the alleged victims of sexual assault and rape to determine whether they are habituated to a sexual intercourse or not. The test is based on the incorrect assumption that the sexually active woman cannot be raped. No evidential value in the investigation with respect to this, you can say, test. In case of there is a sexual assault, the doctor is required to mention the marks of resistance and signs of recent intercourse. Doctor does not give his or her opinion about the rape because rape is a legal term. It's not a medical diagnosis. It is for the investigating officer to conclude after their investigation whether or not rape was committed. Therefore, it is undesirable to conduct the two-finger test on the victim of sexual assault, which has no evidential value in the investigation. It further victimizes the sexual assault survivor. The test instead re-traumatizes the woman who may have been sexually assaulted, and it is an affront to their dignity. Challenges in enforcing the two-finger test is another problem. There's a lack of training. There is lack of adherence to the guideline. In 2014, Union Ministry of Health issued guidelines and protocols prescribing the application of this two-finger test. These guidelines were circulated in various hospitals, but doctors handling these medico-legal issues, they were not taking care of this instruction seriously. Training is still a big problem. It is neglected and nobody is bothered about it. Therefore, it is quite likely that the two-finger test will continue to be conducted in some remote areas, and due to which there are a lot of trouble. Interconnection between health industry and the home ministry is also another problem. Health ministry is basically police department. Police department comes under health, you can say, ministry, and thereby the interconnection is definitely very limited. Health department is not only one of the very important pillar of interoperable criminal justice system, which is known as ICJS, is an extension of Home Ministry's mission mode project, which is known as CCTNS, Crime and Criminal Tracking and Network Systems. My dear students, government and judiciary has taken many initiatives to, you can say, guide people about it. For example, Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013 was amended and it amended Evidence Act to insert Section 53A that says that evidence of victim's character or of her previous sexual experience with any person shall not be relevant to the issue of consent or the quality of consent in the prosecution of sexual offences. Supreme Court also ordered various workshops to be held to communicate the appropriate procedure to determine sexual assault and the rape. Even in the medical schools, some curriculums have to be updated. Supreme Court directed government to review the curriculum in medical schools to ensure the practice is no longer used. So, what is the way forward for us? Though much needs to be done for the sexual assault victim, some changes and amendments in the law in the past 3 decades have brought in the hope for justice and the fair treatment for the victims. With the help of various judicial and legislative actions, there is a transformation in the process of investigation by officers and the doctors. A test like this two-finger test is an inhuman, irrational process that attacks right to privacy, and it is a serious blow to the mental, physical and ethical conditions of the woman. The test should be condemned and should be strictly prohibited by amending various laws which apply uniformly throughout the country. My dear students, what is your opinion on this particular matter? Please put that into comment box and don't miss out to spread this video for the awareness to large number of students. Thank you very much and all the best.